Hey scrappy friends, welcome back to my channel. Helen here. Today I have a layout for Inspiration. I'm going to be using Pretty Little Studio, You Are My Sunshine. I've just placed an order for Love Is Kind. So Sarah, I've already got my order confirmation that's been packed. So yay, thanks Sarah. But yeah, so I thought in anticipation, waiting for that, I'm going to use You On My Sunshine. I'm lifting this layout by Jackie, which she did for Scrap the Boys. Lots of stars, which has lots of stars and hearts in Pretty Little Studio collection, so I thought that went really well. And I'm going to be using 3 photos rather than the one larger one that's in Jackie's layout. But before I get to that, if you're not already a subscriber, please think about hitting that subscribe button. It's really exciting. Today, the day of recording, I just hit my 1,000 subscribers, so I'm really happy about that. So thank you, everybody. If you enjoy the video, please give it a like and let me know in the comments what you've enjoyed. And if you're not sure what to say, just leave an emoji for the sake of engagement. And that out of the way.
So here we are. Just a reminder there of the layout and all those stars. It's Say Cheese. No, it's not Say Cheese. It's Simple Stories. Classic Pooh is the collection that Jackie used. And like I said in my intro, I'm going to be using You Are My Sunshine by Pretty Little Studio. So I am just going through my box of printables here. So what I did with You Are My Sunshine is I wanted a few bits from it and I was being impatient. So I went on to the Pretty Little Studio website and bought some of the printables. So the 6x8 papers and a lot of like the embellishment cutter parts. I then went to Hey Little Magpie and purchased a load of paper products, so there's 12x12 papers and the stickers, which are the stitch lines. And I'm just going through here now and picking out some papers. So this is a few months ago that I did this, where I bought a load of the printables. You saw me go through the box of printables there. I pulled out all the hearts and the stars that I cut, and I decided to go for this mixed media-esque background out of um, the 12x12 papers. And I've got my embellishment trays here and I'm just separating my hearts and my stars out. I then separate all the other little bits of embellishments out of the tray. So I do one embellishment tray with all the other like square and that size bits, and then I do my long embellishment tray with the border strips in. Going through the 6x8 papers now that I printed and choosing what I want to use as my layers behind the photos, and find a few more borders and hearts and stars whilst I'm going through this. So pull them out and add them into the embellishment tray. So along the top of my desk, my mat there, I've got some embellishment trays, and then I'm just going to start by matting the photos. I go with this peachy colour, and I mat 2 photos together, which are going to be my focal point in the middle. So that's a picture of me, and then the view from where we were sat outside the cafe. It doesn't look like a really bright day, but it was warm. It was lovely. It's 15th of May 2021. Um, and it was a really lovely, nice, warm spring day up in the Highlands of Scotland. So we found this little it's like a coffee shop. It was, well, a tea room, I should say. It's a farm. They put tables out the front of the farmhouse, and yeah, you go and have a really lovely. I think we just had coffee and a cake, and there's all sheep around you, so, and it was lambing season, so it's went out and said hello to the lambs whilst having my cup of tea. Mark had a coffee. So yeah, just pop some up on 3D foam, my matted piece, and then adding that to the strip. I do decide to come back in and cover the pads up whilst I'm deciding what I'm doing with the other layers, so it doesn't stick to the background whilst I'm deciding what I'm doing. And I just cut the other bits of pattern away from this heart piece and stick the green piece down to that. So there we go. I'm just going to add some layers up at the top. Top right, so where Jackie's got that embellishment cluster for balance, I've put the photo of Mr. Ding. I wish I'd used glue for this bit for a narrow layer, because it would have been a lot less messy than me faffing about there. I do add glue. I've learnt from that, and add glue for this border strip as well. Just wanted the contrast with the black, and my title ends up being black as well. You'll see that in a bit. Cutting off those knobbly bits where the scan and cut has cut it in and out of the stitch lines instead of around the outside of the star. When I cut these again, as much as I hate fussy cutting, I will hand cut them. And the cut parts for the new collection, Love is Kind, I'll be hand cutting them as well. So yeah, just going through all my stars now and just arranging them around the photos. So I know I've not got enough stars, and I think it's okay. I'll pad it out with the hearts, and then I'm still not happy with how many stars there are. I do need more stars, but we'll come to that in a bit. Trimming off knobbly bits again, and you know this cluster down the bottom, this cluster that I'm putting down now changes when I come to do the final thing, but I really like that combination. I wish I took a photo before I moved it out the way. This is plan B. I'm trying to think, I need a large embellishment on the bottom right, like Jackie's got. So I'm just fussing about what I'm going to put there. I'm thinking it wasn't really bright, but I like that sunshine sticker. I go with that bright blue label to begin with, because I need something bright blue to balance out from that scallop strip behind Mr. Ding. And I'm now just going to cut out this dark blue tag to go behind Mr. Ding as well, because that brings that dark blue across from that heart that's at the top as well. Not very good with a craft knife, but my word window punch is much bigger than this hole, so I give it a go. Not too bad. I then grab my May embellishment kit from Hey Little Magpie and use the gingham ribbon out of that. I do empty everything out first, just see if there's anything to use for embellishments. I initially auditioned a couple of pieces, decide against them and put them away, but I do get that back out again in a bit. So yeah, cut some of this gingham ribbon for the tab in my tag. Don't like naked tags, as you know. And I use my stapler to fasten this. And that'll come back in again in a bit, that stapler. So happy with that cluster up at the top, and we're going to move on. So I grab those tags again, because that bright blue scallop border, I need to still bring some of that down. So I use the tag that's done in the same pattern as that scallop border, and that's going to go to the right of the photo, left of the photo, behind that big square piece. And I do change the tag out from being, not the tag, the label out from being from that pattern paper to yellow, just so it's not too much of that paper together. And I do like that. Stapled the ribbon back in the hole there again. And you know me, I like threes, so the stapler is going to come out again in a bit. So I go away to try and find title. And I love this big word from Vicky Bouton, Where to Next. So I use that for my title, and I'm just going to start sticking some bits down. So just go around sticking, and I think I actually, before I move down the page, sort out that cluster with Mr. Ding. Yeah, there we go. So I got out lots of different sort of title pieces. I had some bits of other collections from Pretty Little Studio out. I had bits from different Vicky Bouton collections out, but I just, in the end, I like the size of this title for filling that space. So I was trying to do two words that were in different fonts, but I just couldn't find anything I was really happy with. And then that large chipboard love just fitted perfectly. I hope you agree. I just used some little dots of adhesive along the middle, just so that I've still have the room to tuck things under if I decide to do that. Um, I, I think I only took one little bit under the loop of under the bottom of the L, I think. Um, so yeah, just popping everything on now. So I get some foam to pop one side of that large label piece up, ticket piece up, um, and I get the embellishment box back out. So what I use is this flower charm. I just love it. It's been years since I've used any metal embellishments on a layout, but I just absolutely love this. So I've got some of the blue wax twine, and I'm gonna thread that through the hole, double loop it, um, and then I staple this to the top of the photos. I was originally going to put it through the tag and decide against that. And I just have it hanging down from the photos and I staple it to the top of the photo. So there's my third staple to be happy with using staples on the page. And I've just used some pop dots, just some little glue dots just to hold that flower in place on the layout. And now I'm going to finish the clusters of my stars around the bottom. So just having a play here, bring the glue in. I just start sticking as I'm going at this point, instead of arranging it all and then going back in. So I stick as I go. There's no, and ahhing and change my mind this time. I am committed. This is what I'm doing. Okay, so yeah, cutting off the bumpy bits from that heart. So that's just some more of that dark blue, and still sticking as I go. Popping a little bit of glue on the back, and down it goes. So I am getting to a point now where it's like I need more stars. I thought I could pad this out with hearts, but I really need some stars. So I go back to the computer, I power up my LaserJet printer, and I print another sheet of stars. So I start cutting them out, and then I decide, you know what, it's getting a bit late. So I go downstairs, join Mr. Ding to watch some TV, and I cut these all out whilst I am watching TV with Mr. Ding. And then, yeah, finish this off yesterday afternoon. Yeah, in my last break from work, I sat and finished this off, just adding more stars around now. Um, so yeah, so there's going to be some more up a lot along that left corner, and I come down a little bit as well. There is going to be a star that tucks under the bottom of the L, like I mentioned earlier. Just before, so we are nearly done. There's only about a minute of video left before we get to the still photos. If you are enjoying my Insta-spiration series, please check out the playlist and check out the creators that I do Scraplift. I'll have Jackie's socials in the description below for you to go and check her out. So she does have a YouTube channel as well, so I will link to Jackie's YouTube channel as well as her Instagram. But yeah, I think we're done. I'm gonna give you some close-ups. I do think about adding some other embellishments. I had a thought about like puffy stickers and things, but I couldn't remember where all my star puffy stickers is, so I just stick with that. So there we go. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great day. Take care. Bye bye.